In this video, I will show you how to design this automated data entry form using Microsoft Excel. I am going to design a data entry form for collecting the details of newly joined employees in a company. The same techniques can be used to create data entry forms for different purposes. Let's start with the title of the data entry form. Click on the cell B2. Type in employee data form. Two cells below, employee name, employee code, email ID, date of birth, department, location. In the cell E4, basic salary, HRA, medical, conveyance, deductions, net pay. Let's adjust the column widths. To align these text to the right side of the cell, select the cells containing data. Align right. Apply bold format. Select the cells from B2 to F2. Merge cells. Let's increase the font size to 20. We'll change the background color, fill color. I will go for dark green. To apply white font color, white. Apply bold format. Now to highlight the cells for data entry, select the cell against the label employee name. Apply gray color, borders, outside borders. For copying this formatting to the other cells for data entry, double click on the format painter. Select the cells meant for data entry one by one. Press the escape key to turn off the format painter. These cells on the right side of the data entry form are meant for numbers. To apply number format to these cells, select the cells one by one. Right click on the selection. Format cells. Number. Use 1000 separator. We don't need decimal places. OK. The cell against the label date of birth will be used to enter a date. To apply date format to this cell, click on this cell. Show date. In this data entry form, all entries except department, location and net pay will be done manually. Right now the company has 4 departments. To make this entry easier, click on the cell against the label department. In the data tab, data validation, under validation criteria, list, click inside this input box, type in the name of the departments, technical, comma, admin, comma, accounts, comma, HR. OK. Now this cell has a drop-down list which will help us to select the department. Next is location. For selecting location, we will be using option button, also called radio button. To insert a radio button here, go to the developer tab. But if you don't have the developer tab in the Excel ribbon, right click on any of these tabs. Customize the ribbon. Mark the checkbox for developer. OK. Go to the developer tab. Insert. Under form controls. Select option button. Place it here near the label location. To edit the text on the option button, right click, edit text, cite. To create a copy of this button, right click, escape, press Ctrl D. See, we have a copy of the option button. Right click, edit text, office. Now to align these option buttons in a single line, right click, escape, Holding the control key, click on the second button, shape format, align, align middle. Right click, escape. Use the arrow keys to adjust the position of the button. Next comes net pay. Basic salary plus HRA plus medical plus conveyance minus deductions is net pay. So let's create a formula for calculating net pay. Equal basic salary plus HRA plus medical plus conveyance minus deductions. Enter. Now to highlight this data entry form from the other parts of the worksheet, let's apply an outside border. Select the cells from B2 to F16, borders, outside borders. Let's remove the grid lines, view, grid lines. Apply gray color for the cells outside the data entry form. To add the company logo on the data entry form, insert, illustrations, pictures, place over cells, this device. Select the logo using this dialog. Insert. We can resize this picture using these options available on the Picture Format tab. Next, we need to copy these labels and paste it a few cells below the data entry form. For that, select the cells containing labels. Right click, copy, right click, paste as values. Now we need to get rid of the blank rows between this text. For that, select the cells containing data, go to the Data tab, Filter, click on this filter head, select all, blanks, OK. See, the blank rows between the selected text are filtered. The blue color represents the blank rows. To delete the blank rows, select the row headers, right click, delete row. To remove the filter, click on the filter button. See, the blank rows are removed. Next, we need to link the input boxes in the data entry form against the corresponding labels placed under the form. We'll start with employee name. Click on the cell against the label employee name. Equal. Select the cell in the data entry form which is meant for typing in the employee name. Enter. Let's type in a name in the data entry form. See that input is reflected here. Let's link the remaining cells in the same manner. Employee code, email ID, date of birth, department. Next is location. For extracting location, right click on any of these buttons, format control, checked, click on this up arrow, select the cell against the label location in column D. Click on this down arrow. OK. Two changes happened here. The value in the cell linked to the radio button has become 1 and the radio button called site has been selected. Now when I click on this button for office, the value in the cell linked to the radio button has become 2. Again, site, the value has become 1. Using this value, we will extract the location to this cell. For that, equal if function, open parenthesis, select the cell linked to the radio button, equal 1, comma. If the value in this cell is 1, that means the selection is site. Double quotes, site, double quotes, comma. If the value in this cell is not 1, that means the selection is office. Double quotes, office, double quotes, close parenthesis, enter. Let me select office, site. Next is basic salary, equal basic salary, HRA, medical, conveyance, deductions, finally net pay. Next, we need a worksheet to store the entries we make using this data entry form. For that, let me rename this worksheet. Right click, rename, form, add a new worksheet, rename it to database. Back to the sheet called form. We'll copy these labels. Right click, copy, database. In the cell B2, paste the transpose of the copied data. Right click, paste special, values, transpose, OK. Let's adjust the column widths. We'll change the background color to blue. Apply white font color. Increase font size. Bold. Align to center. To apply date format to the column for date of birth, right click on the column header. Format cells. Date. OK. For applying number format to the columns meant for numbers, select the column headers. Right click. Format cells. Number. Use thousand separator. We don't need decimal places. OK. All entries we make using the data entry form will be stored under the corresponding column headers in this worksheet. Let's see how it is done. Back to data entry form. Let me fill this form quickly. These inputs should automatically come under the corresponding column headers of this worksheet called database. Let's see how to automate that process. Go to the developer tab. Click on record macro. I will name this macro as collect data. You can use whatever name you like. OK. Note that the macro called collect data started recording. So from now onwards, repeat all my steps as it is until I click on this stop recording button. Go to the sheet called database. Click on the cell B3. Go to the home tab. Insert. Insert sheet rows. See, a new row got added here. At the same time, the formatting of the column headers got copied into the cells below. But we don't need the formatting. Click on this button called Insert Options. Format same as below. Back to the sheet called Form. Copy the cells containing entries. Right click. Copy. Go to the sheet called Database. In the cell B3, paste the transpose of the copied data. Right click. Paste special. Values. Transpose. OK. Back to the sheet called Form and clear the data entry form. Delete the inputs. The cell against NetPay has a formula in it, so leave it as it is and select the cell against the label employee name. Go to the Developer tab, click on Stop Recording. So we have created a program for copying the inputs in the data entry form and paste it into the sheet called database. Now we will assign this program to a command button. For that, in the Developer tab, Insert, under Form Controls, Button. Place the button here. See a dialog called Assign Macro is activated and the program we created, Collect Data, is listed here. Select the macro. OK. To edit the text on the button, right-click, Edit Text, Submit. Let's fill the data entry form again. Employee name. Before submitting the data, let's have a look at the sheet called database. Right now we have only one record here. Back to the data entry form. Submit. See, the data entry form got cleared. And when we check the sheet called database, we have a new record here. Let me add one more record very quickly. Submit. So we have created a macro for automating the data entry process. As this workbook is having a macro, we need to save this workbook as a macro enabled workbook. Let me show you how to do that. File, Save As, Browse, Save As Type, Excel macro enabled workbook. Rename the workbook if you want to and click on Save. Now about adding a layer of protection to the data entry form. This will make sure that nobody can make any changes on this form except entering data. So for protecting this data entry form using a password, holding the Control key, select the cells meant for entering data. Also the cell linked to the radio button. Right-click on the selection. Format Cells. Protection. Unmark the checkbox against the label Logged. OK. Go to the Review tab. Protect Sheet. Type in a password. OK. Re-enter the password to confirm. OK. Now that this worksheet is protected, if I try to make a change in this worksheet, Excel will give a warning message. To make a change, unprotect the sheet using the correct password. But at the same time, data entry can be done without any problem.